So if I start speaking a little fast, I'm just living up to my name. My family has been in the Mille Lacs region for a generation. So this area is very close to my heart. I have ties to it. And the reason that I stepped forward to run for Senate, I was kind of like Leland. I had no intention of stepping up or being politically active. Wasn't even interested in politics. The first election that I ever even voted in was when Ralph Nader and Winona LaDuke ran. And that's whenever I realized like Native Americans can actually do political things and step forward, like seriously, a woman at that, like we can do those things, like that's fantastic. So I was like, well, I guess I'd better get in that voting race. So then I registered to vote and I got in there. And even though that campaign wasn't successful, that was the first time that I opened my eyes to see somebody, a woman in leadership, especially minority, to step up to that platform. And I just literally looked up to her, and in the back of my mind, I always thought, like, well, that's great that women can do that. So fast forward, I'm April 2nd at the Malacca VFW, and it's come time for Senate candidates, and I'm just gonna be a fly on the wall, like Leland said. Wasn't planning on stepping forward, and Josh Lamb gets up there. Nobody's gonna run for Senate against him, so basically if everybody voted for him, he was probably gonna move forward. He gets up there and he says that he wants to challenge Indians on their treaty rights if you vote for him. And the first thing that I thought was, okay, wait a minute. Statutes, Constitution, and treaties are the supreme laws of the land, so that should be right across the board. Second of all, if he needs an Indian to challenge, I'm right here. So I think I better put my name in that hat, put my name in that hat and get in this race. So because for me, for the past 20 years, that's all I've been seeing on the news and growing up is these treaty rights and these challenging issues between the county and the tribe or the county and the state. Always issues, division. And I just wanted to be the voice to try to unite and build bridges because I've seen that growing up my whole life. As soon as the casino was built, all of a sudden there was this division of line. You guys are over here and we're over here. A lot of the people that I talk to in my community, they tell me we all used to be united, we all were together. And for some reason, some way, now there's this division and separation and it's supposed to be acceptable. And now you can see it at the county level and you can see it in the newspapers. So that's why I stepped forward to run for Senate because I want to make sure that our children have early education childhood programs. Daycare is a big issue in my area. Our roads are falling apart, our bridges are crumbling. We need to start investing into our transportation and looking forward to the future for the next 25 to 50 years. That's why I'm running to Senate because I really truly believe that we can have a brighter future if we all get in the same boat and work together to move forward for progress. And I don't know why that seems so confusing to some people in the legislature, but for me, I keep an open mind and I can understand that not everybody's going to agree with my issues, but I can agree to disagree. And that's what we need at the state Senate in the Capitol, is people who are going to listen. People are going to say, that's okay that you don't have the same views as mine, but you know what? The people in our district have issues that need to be addressed. So where can we find solutions so that we can create, a better platform or better, I just lost what I was saying, so that we can find better solutions and move forward with our area. The environment is a big concern right now. I'm a firm believer that water is going to be our next world war. Literally, the fracking down in Texas, next door neighbors, our North Dakota folks, they're fighting this pipeline. And the Mille Lacs Ojibways have been fighting a pipeline as well. And luckily, we kind of put a stop to that. But don't get it twisted. Just because one pipeline gets built doesn't mean that they're not going to change the name and try to make it sound more friendlier so that they can try to push it through again. We should probably be investing in our water lines because those are falling apart instead of creating new oil lines. That's not the future. The same with coal. Xcel is doing great in energy. They're doing renewable energy for the future. We need to get on board with that. Renewable energy is what's going to save our planet, people. Our planet is hurting right now. And you can see it with the earthquakes, you can see it with this hurricane Matthews that's coming through right now. This is real, it's happening. Global warming is not fiction. I mean, it's not a lie. Like, you can see it, it's progress, it's happening right now. And in the next 10 to 15 years, where are we gonna be if we don't have a state legislator that can actually acknowledge that there is a problem? That's what we need at the state senate. I'm a Second Amendment supporter. Hunting and fishing is very big in our area, not just for my people, but for everybody around. I don't know who doesn't like to deer hunt in my area. That's a big thing. So I'm a Second Amendment supporter 100%. I've had people tell me, you can't be a Democrat and support the Second Amendment. Yeah, because that's my area. That's what's familiar to my people, to my community members, to my hunters, to my sportsmen's club. You know, those things are valued to us. So yes, I support the Second Amendment, and those are my issues and my views. What happens at the political or the presidential level is kind of a little bit, I don't know, messy.